questions about public speaking, and later I will share my own persuasive speech about the use of artificial intelligence in education. Let's begin with some important points about public speaking. For the first question, it is important for an informative speaker to maintain accuracy and clarity because the main goal of this type of speech is to share correct and understandable information. If the speaker gives wrong facts or speaks unclearly, the audience may become confused or even misinformed. Accuracy helps build trust, while clarity makes it easier for the audience to follow and remember the message. Next, audience engagement techniques like rhetorical questions or stories make an informative speech more interesting and easier to connect with. When a speaker asks rhetorical questions, it makes the audience think more deeply about the topic. Meanwhile, stories help the audience relate the information to real-life situations, making the message more meaningful and memorable. For the third question is, informative and persuasive speeches are different in their goals, structure, and delivery. The purpose of an informative speech is to educate or explain something, while a persuasive speech aims to convince the audience to believe or do something. Informative speeches focus on facts and explanations, whereas persuasive ones use arguments and emotions. In delivery, informative speakers stay neutral and objective, while persuasive speakers use strong emotions and a confident tone to influence listeners. Next, ethos, pathos, and logos work together to make a persuasive speech more powerful. Ethos builds the speaker's credibility, making the audience trust their words. Pathos appeals to emotions, helping the audience feel connected to the message. Logos uses logic and evidence to support arguments. When these three elements are balanced, the speech becomes both convincing and trustworthy. And for the last question, the closing of a ceremonial speech is often the most memorable part because it leaves a lasting impression on the audience. It usually contains emotional or inspiring words that summarize the main message. Techniques such as using a meaningful quote, expressing gratitude, or giving a hopeful call to action can make the ending more powerful and touching, ensuring that the audience remembers it long after the speech ends. Now that we have discussed the key elements of public speaking, let's move on to my persuasive speech. The topic I've chosen is artificial intelligence in education. Should universities regulate or restrict the use of AI tools like ChatGPT in academic writing? Have you ever wondered what education would look like without innovation? Imagine studying without the internet or digital libraries. Today, we face another big question. Should universities restrict the use of AI tools like ChatGPT in academic writing? Artificial intelligence has become a part of our daily lives, and it's changing the way students learn, write, and think. Instead of banning AI tools, universities should regulate their use. Why? Because AI, when used wisely, can support learning, not replace it. First, AI can be an amazing learning assistant. Many students use ChatGPT to understand complex topics, find ideas, or practice their writing. If used responsibly, AI helps students think more critically and creatively. Of course, some people misuse AI by letting it write essays for them. That's a real concern. But banning AI completely doesn't solve the problem. It just hides it. Instead, Universities should create clear rules and teach students how to use AI ethically. Regulations can prevent plagiarism while still encouraging innovation. Finally, AI is shaping the future job market. If universities block its use, students will be left behind. Learning how to use AI tools responsibly is part of digital literacy. By understanding AI, students become more prepared for real-world challenges. So, should universities restrict the use of AI like ChatGPT? No, they should regulate it. Education is not about fear, but about guidance. Let's teach students not to avoid AI, but to master it. Because the real goal of education is not to limit tools, it's to empower minds. I think that's all for me. Thank you for listening. And remember, the future of learning depends on how we choose to use technology, not how we fear it.